The 4Ts of time loss efficient operations are often incorrectly referred to as buying back time. We must acknowledge that time cannot be recovered. Time lives in an unrelenting, linear space. We can only hope to achieve the goal of minimizing the time required to complete a task. Embracing the linear nature of time should lead us to evaluate our operations in linear fashion, from tones to treatment. The four distinct phases of our operations, regarding time, in chronological order, are as follows. Number 1. Turnout time from the second we are alerted to the incident until we are driving out of the station. Turnout time is impacted by how quickly we get to the apparatus, how quickly we get dressed, and how quickly the bay doors open. Number 2. Travel time from driving out of the station until we have positioned our apparatus on scene. Travel time is impacted by our path of travel to the scene, our water supply decisions, and our apparatus positioning. Number 3. Tailboard time from exiting the apparatus until we are walking away from the apparatus with the tools we need for the assignment we are given. Tailboard time is impacted by apparatus design, equipment choices, equipment storage, and economy of motion. Number 4. Task time from walking away from the apparatus until we complete our given assignment. Task time is impacted by knowledge, training, equipment, proficiency, and staffing. Embrace the stopwatch when evaluating our performance. It is imperative that we examine all four phases above, as multiple operational inefficiencies lie within each one. It can often seem like a daunting task to attempt to be 1 minute faster in operation. However, asking a crew to save 15 seconds in each of the four phases often seems much more realistic and palatable. Continuous small victories along the linear path of time lead to big wins in overall operations. To effectively evaluate the times above, we must bring the stopwatch back into our training. It is quite simply the best metric we possess to determine whether our changes are improving our operational speed or not. Additionally, putting a clock to our operations allows us to differentiate between those that are just effective versus those that are effective and efficient. Effective operations only focus on the result. The door gets forced. The primary gets completed. The roof gets laddered. But effective fails to account for the amount of time it took to complete the task. Efficient operations achieve the desired result and do so with the least amount of time required. Keep in mind, the stopwatch does not have to be punitive. Additionally, the stopwatch should not be used when learning a new skill. But as we progress to the walk and run phases of learning, the stopwatch should be employed in your operational evaluations. Speed versus rushing. There is a massive difference between getting faster through economy of motion and rushing. We are not attempting to get faster or save time simply through faster physical movement. Faster physical movement without thought, without reduced steps, without analyzing your operational process will ultimately lead to rushing. When we rush, we skip key steps, and we fail to complete appropriate size-ups. This dangerous combination leads to mistakes which ultimately make us less than or completely ineffective, which increases the likelihood of injury or death for both ourselves and the public. At the very least, mistakes ultimately cost time, as we must now correct course. Best chance for the best possible outcome if we truly buy into the heading above as our mission and we embrace the data that is currently available to us, then there is simply no other acceptable approach than to measure all phases of our operations down to the individual second. If we can acknowledge that every second truly does matter in the outcome of the unprotected civilian and for our own well-being, then we have no other option than to evaluate all factors that contribute to speed and efficiency in the emergent setting, including our fitness, equipment, apparatus design, training, and our attitudes. When we embrace the impact of time on the fireground, and we embrace a holistic approach of chasing every inefficient second in operations, then, and only then, can we begin to defend our actions as those that provide the public with the best chance for the best possible outcome.